Hi computer scientists, Mr. Stafford here, and today I wanted to show you Unit 1, Lesson 4, Navigating and Painting. The first level that we're confronted with is a predict level, and it says, what do you think this program does? So what I want to do is I want to trace this program, and I see we're in the My Neighborhood class, in the main method where our programs start. And then on line 6, I'm instantiating a new painter called My Painter. I'm asking that painter to move twice. So if I just kind of trace it, it'll be right above the bucket after they do that. It's going to turn left 3 times, which is essentially a right-hand turn. We ask it to move, so then it'll be on the bucket. I ask the painter to take that paint, so it'll have 1 unit of paint. I ask it to move on line 19, and then I ask it to turn left, and then I'm going to ask it to paint blue on line 23, and then I ask it to move. So what I'm going to predict is that we're going to have a blue square here on 2-2, and then I'm going to ask it to move forward. So the painter will be on 3-2. Okay, so I'm going to say blue square on 2-2, and painter ends at 3-2. Okay, let's see if that's correct. I'm going to go ahead and run it. And that's what we predicted. So this skill is just called code tracing, going line by line and thinking about what you are asking your objects to do, and then figuring out the end state of your object. So we'll go ahead and click Finish there. I want you to do your check for understanding. On level 3, it says in myneighborhood.java, which is this file. It wants me to instantiate a painter object called myPainter, and I see that the comment on line 6 is asking me to do it underneath that comment. So this will be a painter, name it myPainter, equals a new painter, open and close parentheses to call the constructor, and end our statement with a semicolon. Step number 2 says use the move and turn left methods to navigate the myPainter object to the traffic cone. Okay. So we got to think about the beginning state of our object. Okay, when we first create a painter, we've seen this in previous levels, we start at 0, 0 facing east. So we need to use the move and turn left methods on myPainter. And we can kind of see this GIF or GIF, you can pronounce it either way, I guess, depending on whatever county you're from. And we end just before this cone. So if I think about this, right, I'm going to start here and I'm going to move forward, and then I need to turn left, turn left, turn left, move forward. Okay, so I just kind of like think about that and trace it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say myPainter.move, and I'm going to do that again. I like to copy and paste if I'm going to have some multiple commands to prevent myself from mistyping anything. myPainter.turn left, open and close parentheses, and I'm going to do that 3 times. And periodically, I like to just run my program and see if I'm on the right track, if I have any bugs or issues in it. And currently I don't, a small miracle. And then I'm going to ask it to move 1 more time so that it stops right in front of the traffic cone. So keep in mind that this is our end state of our painter that we would like. We'd like her to be just before this traffic cone, which is what we're seeing in the GIF. So you can finish these programs without doing it correctly. So do make sure that the object is in the final state that it's asking you to be. So go ahead and click Finish. We're going to choose one of the following activities to do. Okay, I'm going to do choice A, right? You can code along with me, but then I would encourage you to try a different one without me so that you can get this practice done. So I'm going to do choice A, turn the corner. And so what I need to do in myneighborhood.java, this is the file, instantiate a painter. So painter myPainter equals new painter. And then we need to use the move, turn left, paint, and take paint methods to navigate the MyPainter object to paint each square in the path to the traffic cone. Okay. It also has a note. The paint method takes a parameter to specify a color. So the color must be written in quotation marks. For example, so when we call the paint method, inside the parentheses, we're actually going to type something now. And we're going to type a color. Okay, I'll just use white because this is the example. Play around with different colors if you'd like. And it needs to be in quotation marks. We'll discover why, but just accept the necessity of that now. So the color name can be any of the colors listed here. So you can kind of play with those colors and take a look at that. Okay, looking at the GIF, or the GIF, I want to paint where the bucket used to be. So I see that when I create this painter, it's at 0, 0. So what I need to do is have it face south. And the way that I have my painter face south is I need to have it turn left 3 times. So I'm going to copy that line of code 3 times. Run it just to make sure that I'm on the right track and that it is facing the direction that I want it to do. Okay, a little bit of white space. MyPainter.move. And then I'm going to take paint, MyPainter.takePaint. And I want to do that 5 times because I see that it's got 5 units of paint. So copy this 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Run it again just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. And it looks like I am. So MyPainter.paint, lowercase p. And I'm going to color it white. And just to make sure that I'm on the right track, I want to do that. Very good. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to move in paint. So MyPainter.move, and then I'm going to copy line 23 because it's going to be the exact same thing. And I'm going to paint down here. I see I need to turn left once, so I'm going to come here, go MyPainter.turn left, run it. That looks good. And then I need to move and paint, so let me count. Move and paint, move and paint, move and paint. So MyPainter, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy lines 24 and 25 because I need to move and paint, looks like 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times. Run it, see how that looks. And that's what I had in mind for the final goal. And it looks just like the end state of this GIF right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. Moving on to level 5. Oh, again, you know, try one on your own. Try one of the options on your own. Level 5 asks me to debug this program. So it's giving me some errors already. So the program is supposed to make the painter object paint the space in front of the paint bucket, but it has an error. So find and fix the error in this program. This is the final state of my program. And in front of the bucket means, in my head, I'm thinking like 1 below it. So, okay. So here's my bucket. Kind of hard to see. I know it's small right here. But 1 below that bucket's what I want it to paint. So I'm just going to run it and see what happens. Okay, got a couple of issues here. Wow, a lot of issues. So I'm going to flow up. And it says Java line 6, it can't find MyPainter. And so I'm looking for where the painter was created up above it, because it should be created up above it, instantiated up above it, and it's not. So, okay, let's instantiate a painter, and its name is going to be MyPainter. So painter, MyPainter equals new painter. All right, go ahead and run this. I'm going to clear the console just so I don't get confused about what was the issue before and what it is now. Oh, and it ran already. And I'm seeing that to the right, 1, 2, and down 3, it is painted. So there we go. We just had to instantiate a painter named MyPainter. Click Finish. Complete your check for understanding And that's it for Unit 1, Lesson 4, Navigating and Painting.